Hello everyone, how are you doing? Today is going to be a very exciting day. We're going to be starting up our series on cybersecurity analyst course. In this course, we're going to look at the foundations of what you'll be learning, basically, and the career roadmap to become a cybersecurity analyst, and why being a cybersecurity analyst is very important. So you can't start a career without understanding what the career is all about. I always tell people, start up understanding the roadmap, the journey, the certifications, the foundations, basically what you need to know to be able to actually make the best out of that career. And that's why today I'm going to start off with, I'm going to be sharing some slides and start off with, understanding the basics of what cybersecurity is all about. I'll start this way. Basically, the roadmap for cybersecurity in successful career, starting with the foundational knowledge. Foundational knowledge, basically, you need to, some people, if you have the opportunity, you can have a master's degree or a BSc degree in computer science or any IT-related field, but that's not compulsory. If you have any IT-related field, that can be a strong background, but if you don't have, why not? What you can do is to take a course like what you're doing now. Take an IT course and on cybersecurity, so you can be able to have a structured knowledge. So one of the reasons it's important for you to have maybe BSc or whatever is to have a kind of a structure to your learning. It's very important to have a structure so that you can be able to know and track what you learned, what you know, the skills you have, and what to actually further, what to actually maybe improve upon. So what are the fundamental concepts that you'll be learning? You'll be learning you should have a strong understanding of operating systems. Operating systems, starting with Windows, then Linux is very important in cybersecurity, because in cybersecurity world, use Linux a whole lot. Then networking, you need to have an understanding of networking topologies and database, very important. For technical skills, you need to have at least know one programming language. We always advise Python, because Python is used in cybersecurity to automate your task. Automate means to, make your tasks to work repetitively on its own. So Python can be used. Learn Python on the long run. The thing is, you don't really need to know a programming language to be able to succeed in cybersecurity, but it's also an added advantage if you have an idea of programming language. So Python is a good programming language to learn. I'm learning that also in this course. For networking, you'll be learning TCP, IP. So TCP we have transmission control protocol, then IP, internet protocol. So you're learning all of these things. You have a strong concept or understanding of what TCP is, so that you know how data flows. You can't protect what you don't understand. So you need to understand how data flows so you can be able to protect your systems, your data. Then for certifications, an entry-level certification like Cybersecurity Plus can be a very good advantage for you. For hands-on experience, we always advise that you have, once you take the course, get an hands-on experience, whether through maybe practicals, working on projects that you see, working an intern, working as a cybersecurity analyst in a firm, or having things to do so that you don't actually forget. So we always advise starting working on your skill through projects, hands-on experience, and all the likes. These are very important for you to be able to succeed as a cybersecurity analyst. Then is specialization. Once you start in cybersecurity, we always advise to specialize. Specialization is very key, because you only be employed for a specialized role. So that's why it's good to specialize. You can start up specializing on the defensive side of cybersecurity, which is cybersecurity analyst. And you need to understand the job roles and what you are expected to do as a cybersecurity analyst. And then if you specialize as a cybersecurity analyst, you can decide to stay in that lane or to change to other lanes. So if you want to stay in that lane, why not? You can think about growing to become a senior analyst, or you can even think about going to maybe from there to become a VP of security or whatever part you reach. Then you can also decide to move to other side of cybersecurity, like going to become an engineer, cybersecurity engineer, or a penetration tester. Like in the offensive side, you want to be attacking systems to see before the bad guys come and attack it. So yeah, different sides you can do. Then you might need certifications also for the offensive side, like CH, certified ethical hacker, and then other, even junior penetration testing certificate could be helpful for you to show the skills as a offensive attacker. They're talking the very big skill in tech, because you need to learn how to network and keep relationships to be able to succeed so well in this field. You can't be a loner. You can't do the job all by yourself. You have to network with professionals in the field and see how you build a community, stay in a community, build a community around yourself, and you can help yourself to grow, advance, and build a very solid career. So you may be asking, what's the role of an analyst? Very important to understand your job role. The first thing is you're trying to monitor traffic, security alert for any suspicious activity. The important thing you need to understand is you are protecting your company from the bad guys. So you are protecting the company, the people, the assets, and all of these things. So you are protecting the company, so you're monitoring the traffic and security alerts to see any suspicious activity. You try to investigate security incident and breaches. So what's an incident? An incident is when something bad happens. So as a cybersecurity analyst, your job is to investigate what happened. Yeah, what happened? Why did it happen? Then you're able to narrate to the head of department, or who your leader is, or maybe who the stakeholders are. This is what happened, and this is how we can prevent it from happening again. So a security incident is when the bad thing really happens. So you analyze security incidents, you investigate it, and check for their breaches. One of the things you also do as a security analyst is to make sure you implement the firewalls or security technologies that the company is currently using. So the company you're working for will probably have one or two technologies they're working with. Then your job is to make sure you implement these technologies, like firewalls, IDS, IPS, antivirus, all of the technologies that your company has in place to protect from the bad guys. You make sure you implement these technologies so that you are protected. You can also do vulnerability assessment and assist in remediation efforts. So you check how vulnerable is your company, the organization. So vulnerability means that you are susceptible to an attack. So you just like, what's a vulnerable port? Imagine that you are in a house and you have holes in your house. You are suspecting that rats, you may see rats coming to your house. Then you see holes, you should know that that's hole is a vulnerability, right? Because if you patch that hole, it means that we can succeed in taking off the rats from the house. And that's why it's very important that you are able to conduct a lot of assessment, scan your system, do assessment to see if there are any open ports, vulnerability spots, and you assist in remediation efforts. Try to see how you can help the company to be able to get back to business continuity. Another thing we can do is develop and enforce security policies and procedures. So you're sure that you develop security policies. Security policies are the do's and don'ts that a company's the workers or the staff shouldn't do or shouldn't do. So basically the architecture of the company, really what the structure is against the bad guys. So you need to you can be a part of a team that implements certain policies. Sometimes a very good example is implementation of no weak passwords. Maybe once your staffs are creating passwords, there are things like you can't use numbers like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 ABCD password 1 2 3. All of those things. If a person tries to enters that as a password, you carry the password is too weak. So part of policies is to ensure weak strong passwords, like you can make them only put passwords that they can only use, and they can maybe use letters, numbers, and combination of different alphabets and then letters So that could be a very good one that you could use. Another thing is also different things like there could be policies that don't use any port and USB or flash drive that is not authorized by the company or the superior or your system. These are ways to protect the company from internal threats, because when it comes to threats, there are internal threats, there are external threats. So these are visually the role of a security analyst. Cybersecurity analyst, make sure that you need to understand your roles and your responsibilities. Or if you want to move into an engineer later, you can start thinking about engineering roles. The role is you design, implement, and manage security infrastructure or solutions. You configure and maintain firewalls. You configure and maintain virus firewalls and the virus and all of these network security devices. We also do security architecture reviews, risk assessments, and all of these basic things. Then develop and test security tools, automation scripts. So even the security engineering role has more to do with writing scripts and all of this. So there's also a video you watch of a security engineer. In the interview we did with her, she explained her role and responsibilities, and then it's very important to watch the video. Thank you for joining me and joining me in the next class.